Hey guys, it's Shannon with True Crime with Shannon, and I'm back with another video. But before we get into today's video topic, if you do me a quick favor, if you like the content that you're seeing, hit that thumbs up button for me, that like button, I really do appreciate it. And if you like the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And also, I wanted to tell you guys, I have changed my microphone, so I'm hoping my sound is a lot better. I'm going to have to mess with the other one. I'm not a sound kind of person. I'm not really good with my audio. And I just upgraded my my camera a bit here. So hopefully everything's starting to look a little bit better and sound a bit better for you guys. Okay, but before we get into the topic, I wanted to do my feature, The Missing Person, for this video. This one here is, this guy is missing out of Lakeland, Florida. His name is, it's hard to read it. This looks like it was hand created, so I'm not sure if they're going to have an updated poster on him. He's missing out of Lakeland, Florida, which is not far from me at all. I'm in the Orlando area, Central Florida. His name is Juan David Argello. He's a male. He's 5'9", age 22, short black hair. He's Colombian nationality, bilingual, which Spanish and English. He was last seen on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022, and he was wearing silver athletic shorts, tennis shoes, no shirt, and black backpack, it looks like. It says packback, but I believe that's a backpack. If you have any information, they're asking you to contact the Lakeland PD Twitter or to call 863-834-6966. Again, if you are in the Central Florida Lakeland area, they are be on the lookout for 22-year-old Juan David Argano. I believe that's his name. So hopefully he'll come home safe. Okay. All right. So now we got that for you guys. All right, I'm going to be covering, it's a really sad situation that I'm covering, but I really did want to cover this because this has been something I've been following from the get-go. This is the Uvalde school shooting. I had a couple of videos on the channel about it, and the last couple of days, the full video was released of the where the cops, the response and everything. And I gotta tell you, we already heard that it was bad, but it's really bad. I mean, it's bad. I'm not gonna go through the entire thing because the video itself is over an hour, and it took them 77 minutes to breach that door. 77 minutes. You've got these cops. It starts with like 3 or 4 cops that come in within 3 minutes of everything happening. Okay, and then they just keep coming in. They keep coming in. They keep coming in, and then next thing you know, they're all just standing there. At the beginning, they do go in, and they attempt to go down there, and apparently they get shot at, and I guess a couple of them got grazed. But then they kind of hide in the hallway, and I gotta tell you, I'm not going to use language because I pride myself on not trying to use language here on the channel. I do my best to not do that in real life. But these guys are some chicken, they're awful to me. I find their behavior appalling. These are little children, elementary school children, and they are too chicken, to go down there, and with everything that they have, they had rifles, they had guns, they had body armor on, and even at one point there are some shields that come in there. The time just keeps going, it keeps flying, it keeps flying, it keeps flying by. And the cops just sit there, they don't sit there, they're leaning against the wall, they got their guns pointed. What the hell is going on, and what the hell were they thinking? It's like they had no idea what to do. It's like one was looking at the other one for what to do, and that chief, I don't know what kind of chief and what kind of department are they running there, because I don't know. I think that just one of them just needs to take some dang initiative and go down there and confront them and stop being such a chicken, because I'm sorry, these are little babies, and if you sign up, if you go through the academy and you become a police officer, this is your duty. You have a duty to serve and protect. These folks did not serve and protect. They are not heroes. Okay, they let these little babies, they heard these this constant firing going off. They knew there were children in the room, constant 911 calls. And what did they do? They just stood there talking to each other. Even at one point, you have a cop that goes over and gets some hand sanitizer. What the freak? So I'm going to kind of show you guys some of the video, and you guys may have seen it at this point. Obviously, it's a trigger warning. It's highly, highly, highly disturbing. It sickens me to the core. It really, really does. I've said in past videos I wanted to be a police officer, and I just can't imagine if you put that badge on, and you strap on that gun and everything. You know what? Your job is to go out there and protect and serve the community. And these cops did none of that. They just stood there. It's just sickening, you guys. So this is a timeline. I'm going to kind of go through the timeline as well while I'm kind of watching the video. I'm going to kind of go through it quickly, but remember that if this goes through here, I'll include this link in here. It all started back in September 2021, where the shooter asked his sister to help him buy a gun, and then of course it continues to skyball from there. But he even goes online and he goes on Instagram. You know, it's like I said, it's just such a sickening situation. You know, and then you got, starting with the school shooting, right there on May 24th, the day of the shooting. So let me get that video up here, and I want to show you guys some of this video. Again, if you are disturbed, obviously you're watching a true crime channel, so I'm assuming you guys are prepared for that. But let me get the video up, and I'll let you guys see parts of it. And I definitely want to hear what you guys think in the comments. So let's check that out. Okay. So this is actually coming off of the Austin American-Statesman. They are the media publication that obtained the full video. Again, this is disturbing and trigger warning. So if you watch this, please be aware it's a very upsetting and it's triggering. Okay, so right here you have the circle. That is the gunman. I believe he just crashed the vehicle there in the ditch. This camera is coming off of the funeral home that's across the street. As you're looking in this, if you're looking this way, where the parking spaces are, the school would be straight across the street, and there's a ditch where that circle is, and that would be where he crashed. And those are two funeral home employees coming out to help him because they thought he was just a guy who crashed his car. And then pretty soon you're going to see them back up as he gets out of that ditch and he starts shooting at them. So we're getting footage from the funeral home, and then it goes to the another camera at the funeral home, and then it goes to the school. So as of right now, just the circle does last for a bit here. You'll see these guys kind of back off on here. Yep, there they go. See, the one guy falls over. They started shooting. The gunman started shooting at the funeral home folks, and then they went back in and they called 911. So we're looking at 11:29 a.m., almost 11:30, and they ran right back into that funeral home and they called 911. So they're getting their first 911 call from that funeral home. So there he goes. The circle's going to kind of dissipate because he's heading over. Yeah, you kind of can't see him behind the trees. They're going to change the camera here momentarily. And that is a street, so the cars are coming by. There he is. So the arrow is showing you where the gunman is. And he's in all black. Now this is another camera from the funeral home. And it's following him, and he's walking right toward the parking lot of that elementary school, Robb Elementary School. And we're at almost 11:31 a.m. at this point. Now this is another angle, it looks like here, of from the funeral home as well. And then I know it changes cameras pretty quickly, and it will tell you that. There's a teacher calling 911, and she's going to yell at the students. That's gunshots.
Get in your room! Get in your room! Get in your room! Get in your room!
She's telling all the kids to get in their rooms. And there's more gunshots. Now they did cut out the screaming of the children, so we are not going to hear any of that. Okay, now that's cell phone footage on the right, and now we're entering the school, and you're going to see him come in that door. That is the gunman. And you're going to go turn right where the classrooms are. Now watch here on this corner. Seconds later, this little boy comes out of the restrooms. I mean, talk about gunfire. Praise the Lord that this child saw him and got back and ran toward those bathrooms. That's bathrooms where that kid came out of. And where the gunman headed was the classroom. They took out all the screaming. It's horrific. Okay, so police don't enter until in about 30 seconds. Then you'll see the first police officers arrive on the scene. So you're going to see them coming in momentarily. On the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And they come in right as this gunfire is going off. This makes me sick. And there's gunfire going off as these officers come in the door. 3 Uvalde police officers right there. One of them has external body armor, and 2 of them have rifles, and the other ones have a pistol. And then the chief, Ariando, he arrives at the scene about this time. He does not have his radios. Okay, more law enforcement should be arriving at the school about now. So we got additional 4 officers through the south entrance. And you got 3 with the Uvalde Police Department, and 1 is a Uvalde School District police officer. Now, meanwhile, the gunman is going to fire. There he goes. Now he fires, and these guys run away. These officers run away. Let me pause this. These officers ran away from the gunfire. They ran away. Look at these guys. They were way down that hallway, and they ran away. There's little children in those rooms, but they ran away. Ooh, it just sickens me. It really does, guys. All right. So now they're hanging out. It's hard to hear them speaking here unless you've got headphones on. It's really hard to make out a lot of their conversation. Now, keep in mind, there's a classroom door right there between those 2 officers. Nobody's entered that room or checked it. More gunfire. Okay, they're stating that the suspect is contained. That's what they're indicating on, apparently. More gunfire. Now there was an officer right there. He's the only one that makes any kind of movement at all during this. Still doesn't do much, but... So I think that he's one of the ones that got grazed. That officer right there that's fixing his body armor. Okay, now, and this is around this time that Ariando calls the Uvalde Police Department. There should be more gunfire. That's Chief. So they're indicating that the suspect is barricaded and still shooting. It's 11:41 that they start to ask if the door is locked. An officer replies that they don't know. But they have a Halligan, which means they can open the door. It's an axe-like firefighting tool. to breach doors. And then you got 4 more law enforcement officers enter the school. It's like they don't know what to do with themselves. That's what it is. So the chief has called his apartment. He's been on the phone with them. From his phone, he called the landline because he has no radio, apparently. And coming up at 11:43, Robb Elementary and the Uvalde police will post on Facebook that it's under a lockdown due to gunshots in the area. They state on Facebook, the students and staff are safe in the building. The building's in a secure lockdown status. Keep in mind, they're stating that they're in secure lockdown status, but this gunman, nobody's approached this gunman or those classroom doors. See, it's really difficult to understand them. Okay, that guy has a rifle. I'm not sure who the chief is in any of this. Now that's quite a rifle there. Why they can't go in now, I can't explain that. He's firing another round, the suspect. And you got the next 4 minutes of them standing there and trying to figure out what to do. So this guy toward the middle, he seems to have the only one who was making any attempt, and that's not even very good. I'm not sure who he is exactly. So these guys are going to just sort of hang out in this hallway. Not sure. They seem to be discussing something that's hard to understand, but They're not doing much. Why they didn't just burst in and do something, I have no idea. I mean, he's got a rifle, this guy here. Some of these guys have pistols, some of them have rifles. And they're all wearing body armor or vests. Standing there doesn't really help these kids at all, you know. None of them want to do anything. Now coming up at 11:48, Uvalde police officer Ruben Ruiz can be heard telling another officer that when he arrives that his wife has been shot. So that should be coming up here. Maybe off camera here from this particular angle. Just run through a little bit here. You got up to 11:50 here, and then we'll make a pause. You got this hallway, and the classroom was like way down there, and they're just standing there. And you got the bathrooms to the left, where those two, the one guy who's kneeling and the one guy who's standing there, you can barely see him, his head's cut off on the bottom left. Okay, and then in the next about 30 seconds, you're going to get more law enforcement. They're indicating that people need to get out of the hallway. A law enforcement officer is going to tell them that they need to get out of the hallway because Chief Ariando is there. Chief is in charge right now. Hold on.
Yeah, they need a lot more over there. They should be coming in. No. B is not with the shooter. 401 is not with the shooter. It's not with
Okay, you got more officers that started to arrive at this time, as we can see in that bottom right corner. Okay, so as we can see, not much is happening. They're just standing there pointing their guns. How is that helping these kids? It is not. It's not helping these kids. So you got from 11:51 to 11:52, more police arrive, as you can start to see there. It's just so horrific here. Like I said, there's more police arrive. So you have another 7 law enforcement officers are entering that door on the northwest side of the school, the same entrance the gunmen used. So it would be on the bottom right-hand corner. And then within a minute later, the first ballistic shield is brought through the same door. And then at 11:53, a DPS special agent arrives to maintain the perimeter. A DPS special agent arrives on the perimeter of the school. Another officer said there are kids still in the building. And the special agent says if there is, then they just need to go in. According to DPS, someone responds, whoever is in charge will determine that. Apparently, no one was in charge, okay? Because not even the chief, not even Chief Arredondo would make any of these calls. This is, it's just, like I said, this is just sickening to watch. And they continue to stand there. They just continue to stand there. It's just, and you have to look through this. I said I'm going to include the TexasTribune.org, the link. It kind of gives you guys the rundown here. At 11:54, an onlooker starts filming, and there is some cell phone video there. So that's 21 minutes. This is 21 minutes into it, within a couple minutes here. After the shooter enters the school, an onlooker, Angel Ladimza, streams a live video showing parents begging police to enter the school. They would not let these parents enter the school. And the cops that were in there, they weren't doing jack crap. They're just standing there pointing their guns. What is that helping these children? These are little babies, like 8, 9 years old, and nobody's doing a darn thing for them. And then you have 11:56 a.m. Law enforcement asks about the kids in the classroom. The DPS special agent says there's still kids over there, so I'm going to get the kids out, according to body camera footage. 11:58 a.m. The school chief of police, who is Arredondo, is in there with him. One officer's response after another asks where the shooter is. Like I said, he just was outside. I believe they were coming in and out. It just seemed like complete chaos. It's just hot. It's just chaos. And you pushed up to 12:01 p.m. Law enforcement officer indicates a hostage rescue situation. A DPS special agent indicates that this is a hostage rescue situation and that officers should go in. Someone replies, "Don't you think we should have a superior approve that?" No, I think at this point it's an active shooter. I think you should go in and help these kids. So let me fast forward it to 12:01 here. We can get it to here. Let's see. Okay, right about here. So you got all these cops sitting here. Oh, it has to be a supervisor. No, it doesn't. Just go in. All these cops here, you guys. I am the biggest police supporter. I've told you guys in the past I wanted to be a police officer when I was like young through high school and even after that. I fully support law enforcement, but this department, like I said, the things that I want to say that I'm not going to say, and I know a lot of you guys have already said them. You have all these cops here in this right-hand corner. They are not heroes. These are cops that need to find another line of work because none of them are going to help these children. And look at this guy here. You got this guy toward the hallway. right here toward the middle area, he's in full armor. He's got a helmet on, he's got a rifle, but he just stands there waiting. Oh, our superior has to tell us to go in. Go in and help these kids because you could have saved them. You've got all there at this point. There are kids that are still alive. Some of them may have been shot, but they were still alive. And there was at least one teacher still alive, almost to the last 10 or 15 minutes of this entire ordeal. So this baffles my mind. This is just. So they're going to keep still gathering there, not doing a darn thing, just talking. They're talking about doing something, but they're just going to stand there. They're just standing there, and they're not going to do anything because their boss is not telling them to do anything. You know what? Maybe one of you guys should take some initiative and go in and help these kids. But not one did it. Not one. All right, at 12:03, a student's going to call 911. Their police are continuing to arrive in about 30 seconds here. And at 12:03, in the next 20 or so seconds, a student calls 911 from room 112 for 1 minute and 23 seconds and identifies herself in a whisper. I think we got more officers arriving. Okay. And right now, a little girl is calling 911, asking for help in a whisper, and they're all just standing there. What the hell? Meanwhile, you have as many as 19 officers are positioned in that hallway. 19 cops are right in that corner. What the freak, you guys? And we're going to get, in a second here, you're going to see a third ballistic shield is brought into the school at 12:04 p.m. Here comes another shield. Well, we're just going to hold them. We're just going to stand here and hold them. Now we're going to get some body cam footage from an officer's body cam, who's going to continue to walk in and out of the school. So that kind of gives you an idea. There's a body cam. And this is outside the school, right outside that door to the bottom right corner of the screen. So we're all going to talk about what to do, but no one's going to do anything. So he comes in to join all those guys in the hallway just standing there. I don't know what they think they're waiting for. Apparently they're waiting for someone to make a decision for them, which never happens really for 77 minutes. All right. Police radio logs show that 12:06 p.m. that no command post is set up. No command post. And other officers are needed to keep parents out of the school because the parents wanted to go in and help their kids. They wanted to do what these cops were not brave enough to do. So they're just going to hang out there in that hallway, talking about what to do. Look at these guys. And there's a shield, I noticed, sitting there on that left corner. Just sitting there. It's about as useless as all these cops pointing their guns at nothing. Shameful, 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 Uvalde. And to think these guys received training on how to handle this sort of thing in March. Apparently it didn't help them at all, did it? Not one bit. Now these are at least 2 or 3 departments standing here. I really wish you could make out the audio, but it's really hard to make out. All right, I'm going to kind of get through a little more of this here. All right, we're going to come up to it a bit here. 12:10 is when a student calls back and SWAT officers arrive. A student calls 911 again and says multiple people are dead. 12:10 p.m. Multiple people are dead. So these cops are still standing in that hallway. Meanwhile, SWAT officers arrive on the scene, according to law enforcement body cam footage. Officers in the west hallway also begin handing out and wearing gas masks. So I guess they're thinking they're going to send out some gas to try to subdue the suspect rather. And then you have 12:11 p.m. Chief Arredondo requests a master key. They think that they are locked out of these classrooms, which they later find out they are not. The chief of the school district police department requests a master key at 12:11 p.m. according to law enforcement body cam footage. 12:13 p.m. Student calls 911 again because the cops are not helping them. So they're going, what the hell? Of course, these are elementary school kids, so that's not what they're saying. They just are asking for help. The student calls 911 a third time, 3 times. And this whole time, these cops are in their school, just doing nothing. By this time, the child has explained that among the dead were several children and one of her teachers. The student said that another teacher was hurt in room 112. Yet these cops stand there in that hallway. 12:15 p.m. Border Patrol Tactical Unit arrives. Border Patrol Tactical Unit members carrying shields arrive. And then at 12:16, the student calls 911 again. 4th time. Because they're not getting anywhere. The student calls 911 again, saying 8 or 9 students are alive. It's like, please help us. 8 or 9 of us are alive. Come and help us, please. Do your job. I just can't, guys. 12:17 p.m. Arredondo attempts to test keys on a different door. School announces active shooters on campus. Arredondo attempts numerous keys on a different door, according to law enforcement body cam footage. Meanwhile, Robb Elementary officials announce on Facebook that there is an active shooter on campus. Which, of course, all these parents are already gathered outside trying to get in there, and the cops are not letting them in. Because, here we go, see, onlookers and parents beg for action. At some point during the standoff, onlookers beg police to charge the school, according to the Associated Press. Parents try to break windows and are not allowed to immediately be reunited with their children. And I know some of them actually were pushed back physically. They said basically it's like, if you're not going to go in there and help my child or help these kids, I will do it. And they would not let them in. 12:19, another student calls 911. A student in room 111 calls 911 and hangs up when another student tells her to. 12:20, a fourth ballistic shield is brought to the school. School surveillance footage shows a fourth ballistic shield being taken through the back door. All right, let me get it up to 12:21 here. Let's see if I can here. I said this is you got like 80 minutes almost of footage here. Okay, we hit 12:21 here momentarily. The gunman's gonna fire again at 12:21. So in the next few seconds, we're gonna hear him fire again. There he goes. That is the gunman firing again. Authorities believe he was to be at the classroom door. On a 911 call from the student, 3 gunshots can be heard. School security footage shows 4 rounds are fired. Now they're starting to move finally. 12:21 p.m. Finally, we see some movement. Finally, they're starting to move down that hallway. Apologize, guys. I'm having a storm here. You can hear that. All right, and then we're going to get at 12:23 coming up. A medical triage is set up in the east hallway. So we're going to start seeing Border Patrol medical team members begin to set up a medical triage in front of the restrooms in the east hallway. So that's going to be to the bottom left corner of the screen where that guy's leaning on the wall there. That's the restrooms are right around that corner. Start setting up that triage. Now all this time, they're still looking for keys to this room. Be aware of that. So you got the medical personnel. Keep an eye on this guy in the blue shirt here. Right, he's going to end up moving over to that left side by the restrooms. They're setting up a triage. It's the most movement we've seen this entire time. Somebody's finally taking some direction. We're talking 12:24 p.m. Oh, let's finally take the shield off the corner. Ain't doing any good there. this stuff didn't happen earlier on, I have no idea. Like, every one of them was waiting for somebody else to do it and take the initiative. Every single one of them. Okay, watch this guy in the bottom corner, guys. He's gonna do something really crazy soon. Alright, it's about this time that law enforcement officers are aware that a teacher has been shot. Body cam footage shows law enforcement officers indicating that they are aware a teacher's been shot in the classroom. So there's no command center apparently, but it's just chaos in there. Just chaos. So I'm not sure who is who. I'm super curious who this dude is in the blue long sleeve shirt here in the corner. And this guy on the right also kind of stands around there quite a while. You would think that these guys, they're doing a training. There's a training, and this is not a real life situation. And forgive me, I'm not, like I said, I'm not making light at all, but the way these cops behave, it's just, it sickens me to the core, because the way they're acting is that this is some kind of a training exercise, and not the fact that there's a real life shooter killing kids and two teachers. It's just horrific. It really is. You got this guy right here. I don't know where he came from. See the guy in the middle? I think he's the body cam footage. He's got shorts on and flip-flops. So did he just come from his day off or what? He looks like he's got some sort of a map to the school. But he looks incredibly lost, and he has no idea what's going on. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. Look at this. They're all like, nobody knows what to do. They're all, oh. You got Map Guy way down that hallway now. Another YouTuber has compared the guy in the shorts and the flip-flops to a guy lost at Disney World. And you know what? It's pretty darn accurate to me if you keep an eye on him. He has no idea what's going on. It's like he's trying to find that snack shack or something, or Splash Mountain. I don't know. But none of these people seem to take this seriously. They're just so nonchalant. It's just, it's sickening and it just baffles you. It really does, guys. Okay, here you go. Watch this guy. He stuck his hand on the wall. Now this guy's about to do something insane. Keep in mind, we're 12:30. It's 12:30 p.m. and they're all still not sure what the hell to do. This guy goes over and gets hand sanitizer. Oh, there's kids dying, there's a gunman, but I need to clean my hands. God forbid COVID and all these germs, but then he sticks his hand back on the wall. What the hell? Yeah, because cleaning your hands is so important. You know, you're going to have so much blood on your hands after this, you ain't never going to get it clean with hand sanitizer, man. No. That's just, it's, I can't. I really can't. Okay, you're coming out to 12:32. The search for keys continues. They still have not found these master keys. It's just sick. It's just sick. So we're still wandering around. We don't have keys. We don't know what's going on. It's like, I don't know. What should we do? I'm not sure. Sure got a lot of equipment in there now that they sure ain't doing nothing with. And they keep walking back here, which I have no idea what the deal is with that. Here's something interesting. You know that classroom behind this guy here on the right? They have yet to check that door. All this time, nobody's gone in there. Look at the transcript of some of this stuff. If I can find it, I'm going to include it for you guys as well. If you got headphones on, you might be able to understand some of it. That's the only guy I've seen running yet. Like the only sense of urgency I've seen. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cops right here just in view, and a bunch of them down that hallway. He's got a barricade shield. The exact moment they check this door over here. Well, here come another couple guys. Okay, at 12:35, we're going to see a guy come in with like a Halligan or similar tool to try to break into the room. So we're seeing the Halligan coming through that door.
Anybody else here? Anybody else here?
Be off camera here. There he is. There's the guy with the Halligan. Nonchalant, let's just walk down the hallway with the Halligan. Alright, this is the time at 12:36. The student in room 111 calls back. The same student calls back for 21 seconds and is told to stay on the line quietly. Said there's a lot of nothing happening. They just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just remember when they actually go into this room here. If I can get through here. Keep in mind, we're almost at 12:40 here. They still haven't breached. Still have not breached those classrooms, those connected classrooms where the gunman is. Alright, now we're at 12:42. Gunman's going to shoot at the door at 12:43. Keep in mind, they're not going to get approval to enter that room until 12:46. So we're talking another 3 minutes before they breach. I think I missed that fast forward that part where they got one person out of that room. Maybe in the portion where I fast forwarded. Okay, you're talking another about over 2 minutes before they finally breach this door. 12:46 to 12:47. They're going to stand in that hallway. Let that play out. So much waiting. It could have saved so many lives if they would have breached sooner. Now you gotta think, these are little elementary school children, and none of these people, none of these cops, have any sense of urgency. It just doesn't. It just seems like, again, it's like a training day. It's a training exercise. A training exercise. And no, there's not a real lives behind that door. There are real babies behind those doors, guys. Real babies. 19 children died that day and 2 teachers. No excuse. No excuse. Now they're being told they can breach. There's the guy with the map again. The amount of they're just standing there, guys. They're just standing there. Now they're breached. That's just horrific, you guys. All this time, 77 minutes. 77 minutes, 19 children dead, 2 adults dead. 21 people's lives because these cops were too chicken to do their damn job. I'm sorry. I have zero compassion for them. They have blood on their hands, in my opinion. And I know the chief has resigned, but I hope he really gets some charges, because he's resigning. From what I hear, he could still get his pension and stuff. So he deserves none of that. What a disgrace. What a disgraceful department. This is just disgraceful. This is such a sickening thing. All right. So that is the video. And this is probably one of my longest videos thus far. I wanted to do it live, but I'm having some issues getting live, so I'm hoping to start doing it live soon. All right, guys. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and hug your family right now. This is sad. You know, hug your kids and hug your family. All right. I hope you guys can stay safe out there, and have a good one.